This is Jo from Maths Tutor Me. Today I'm doing a topic of decimals, and I'm going to show you today how to convert decimals to fractions. So in the box here I've written, to convert a decimal to a fraction, the digits of the number become the numerator, while the number of decimal places indicates the number of zeros on the denominator. So it'll be some factor of 10, 100, 1,000. Okay, I'll show you what that means as we do the examples. So let's have a look at question number 1. Convert each of the following to a fraction, simplify where possible. Now, when you first start converting decimals to fractions, most likely you'll be asked to do this without a calculator. So today I'm going to be showing you how to do all of this without a calculator, and then hopefully once you can do it without a calculator, sometime in the future, you'll hopefully be allowed to use a calculator as well. Okay, so our first number here is 0.13. So the 1 and the 3, the numbers in here, become the numerator or the top number in my fraction. The number of decimal places, which I have, in this case I have 2, is the number of zeros that need to go after my 1. So there's 2 places, so it will go over 100. Okay, so 0.13 is the same as 13 over 100. Now, to simplify, you want to see if there's anything that you can divide both the top number and the bottom number by. Usually, you can start by looking for numbers like 2. Can I divide it by 2 or 3 or 5? They're common numbers to divide by. But if one of your numbers is a prime number, like this one here, 13 is a prime number, it can't be divided by anything except for itself and 13. So unless the number on the bottom divides by 13, which it doesn't, I cannot simplify that fraction. So that's all I can do for that one. In B, the number that I have here is a 6. It's going to be the number on the numerator. There is 2 decimal places in this question, so that again means that it's going to be over 100. Now, if I look at those numbers, 6 and 100, I can divide both of those numbers by 2. If I divide 6 by 2, I get 3, and 100 divided by 2 is 50. So this is just a slightly more simplified version of this fraction. Now 3 is a prime number, and I can't divide 50 by 3, so that is as simplified as I can make it. Looking at C here, 45 is the number that I have. Over, that is 1, 2, 3 decimal places there, so that's going to be over 1,000. Now both of those numbers can be divided by 5. We know that 5 times 9 makes 45, so if I divide by 5, I'm going to get a 9. Now dividing 1,000 by 5 seems a lot trickier, but if I cover these 2 zeros here, I can easily divide 10 by 5. 10 divided by 5 goes twice, and then these other 2 zeros that I covered up, they just sit afterwards. So I have simplified this to be 9 over 200. Could I divide it by 2 again? No, and I can't divide this one by 3, so that is not going to simplify any further. Example 2, write as a mixed numeral. So each of these ones in question 1 was 0 point something. These have a number on the left-hand side of the decimal point as well. So we're going to get a mixed numeral. The number on the left-hand side is the whole number that goes out the front of your fraction. The number after the decimal point goes on the top of the fraction. And because there's only one decimal point, one decimal place here, then it will be over 10. Now, always check to see if you can simplify. 2 and 10 can both be divided by 2. So the 1's just going to stay there, and I'm going to divide by 2 to get 1 over 5 as my simplified answer. For B, the 4 will be out the front, 16 goes on the top, over 2 decimal places means 100. Now, I can simplify 16 over 100. I could divide by 2. I could even divide by 4, but I might start by dividing by 2 just to show you that you can do multiple steps. So if I divide by 2 on the top, I would get 8 over, dividing this by 2, I get 50. Now each of those can be divided again by 2 to give a 4 on the top and a 25 on the bottom. This could divide by 2 again, but this one can't, so that cannot be simplified any further. And that's it for those questions. So I'd like you to have a try of those now and see if you can do some of those questions on your own. So here's a few more questions, just like the ones I've shown you. Pause the video and see how you go with these ones. Okay, question 1, you should get 5 on the top, and that would be over 10. To simplify that, we can divide top and bottom by 5 to get a 1 over 2. For B, we have 82 on the top. 2 decimal places means we put it over 100. I can divide top and bottom by 2 to give me 41 over 50. 41 is a prime number, so that's not going to simplify any further. C, 4 is on the top, over, we have 2 decimal places, so that's over 100. Dividing by 2, top and bottom, we would get 2 over 50, or we could divide that again and get 1 over 25 as the best answer. Question 2, writing as a mixed numeral, the 3 will be at the front, 7 over 10, and that can't be simplified, so that's all for that one. And for B, 14 is at the front, 65 over 100. They can both be divided by 5. So 65 divided by 5 is 13, and 100 divided by 5, remember our trick with covering the 0, would give me a 2 for that, and then put the 0 on, so 13 over 20 would be the most simplified answer. So that's the end of the lesson today on converting decimals to fractions. Join me again next time. Bye for now.